Hi guys. I think most of us have had a dream before where we're in the dream and we're aware that the dream is illogical, that it doesn't make sense, yet we continue through the dream. And so there's like a partial awareness, almost like we know we're dreaming, but we don't know how to get out of the dream. And so we go through the motions of the storyline of that dream, even though it doesn't make sense, even though it shouldn't be happening and we know it shouldn't be happening. I think that those dreams are a way of the Lord speaking to us, like a parable, because we can very much relate it to our everyday lives. There are many of us, and I would say all of us at some point in our life, if not this very moment today, where there are situations and instances where we're like, this isn't what's right. This isn't what's best for me. I don't know why I do this, yet here I am doing it. We're like sleepwalkers, going through life, looking at instances of things we do, people we interact with, maybe struggles that we have, and say, I know this isn't how it's supposed to be, but we keep just going through the motions of it. And it reminds me of Ephesians 5:14. So I'm going to read it to you in the NIV, but then I also want to read it today in the Mirror translation, which is a Greek paraphrase. But first, let's look at the NIV. So Ephesians 5:14 says, "Wake up, O sleeper, rise from the dead, and Christ will shine on you." And it's actually referencing a scripture in Isaiah that says very much the same thing. But listen to it in the Mirror. This is the message of light. Christ awakens you from your intoxicated slumber and resurrects you out of the death trap of enslaved thought patterns. And so as I was thinking about this morning, here's what I asked the Lord. So here's some questions that you could ask him in conversation with him. I just said, Lord, in what areas of my life am I asleep? Or what areas of my life are you calling me to wake up to? So ask him that right now. And with those things that came to mind, the next question or conversation starter is, Lord, what does it look like to wake up in that area? In our oneness, when we look at this scripture, so let's use the Mirror translation again. This is the message of light. Christ awakens you from your intoxicated slumber and resurrects you out of the death trap of enslaved thought patterns. So who's going to awaken you? Christ. And in our oneness with Christ, in understanding that very divine spirit that's within us, that's where we awaken from that slumber. And so there's a reality of when we ask the Lord, what does it look like to awake to that? And really what he might be showing you is what you're missing out on. And what he has for you in that awake state. He might be showing you his part and your part. Because Christ awakened you, it's always a beautiful question to say, and Lord, what's my part in that? Because think about the magnitude of the death trap of enslaved thought patterns. And so I want you to imagine the Lord saying to you, awake, O sleeper. And imagine that beautiful, gentle voice, the way a mother would wake a baby in the morning. Because it's not a voice of condemnation, saying this is what's wrong with you and this needs fixed. I want you to imagine the mother heart of God saying, awake, O sleeper. I have something beautiful in store for you. Be blessed today.